say that beliefs held without evidence are irrational. Would that not make your own belief that God does not exist irrational, given that you have no evidence for it?
Well, I do not hold the belief that God does not exist. That is an accusation that is often made against atheists. I believe that God is a delusion. I am here to defend the proposition, or to propose the proposition, that God is a delusion. A delusion, to me, is a belief held when there is no evidence to support that. I am not making the positive statement that God does not exist, and you should really not accuse me of saying that. To say that God is a delusion is very different from saying that God does not exist. As a scientist, I wouldn't make such a statement.
Professor Craig.
Those statements are only different if you adopt this non-standard definition of a delusion that he's offered us tonight. But according to the dictionary, a delusion is a false belief or opinion. So if the statement God exists is a delusion, that means that that is false. And if one asserts that that is false, then the questioner is quite right. This is an assertion to know something. It's a claim to knowledge, as opposed to agnosticism, which says God may or may not exist. But if you claim that God does not exist, you're making a knowledge claim, and that therefore requires warrant, particularly on evidentialism, as she rightly saw. The evidentialist would need to provide some sort of argument. And traditionally, atheists have tried to do this. The evil and suffering in the world, can God make a stone heavier than he can lift? You know all the arguments. But none of these, I think, are successful in supporting atheism, and so I don't think there are good grounds for thinking that the evidentialist atheist can bear his share of the burden of proof.
Porra, Jamilão! Caralho, cara! Porra, viado! Caralho, cara, tu me fudeu, tu me fudeu!